Hi, girls, and welcome back to Self Care for Black Girls, a podcast where we relax, sip tea, and chat about bettering ourselves as Black girls. I'm BB, and I'll be helping guide you to make better choices in your daily lives. So, welcome back. Today's episode is part 2 of 5 ways to stop feeling drained. So, if you all tuned in last week I gave 5 ways that you could stop feeling drained, and today I'm back with 5 more ways for you to stop feeling drained. So, for those of you who didn't listen to last week's, welcome, or hadn't listened ever, welcome to the podcast. Nice to have you here. But, yeah, we're gonna jump right in. So, the first way that I have for you all to stop feeling drained is to take some time out to reevaluate what's going on in your life. This is so important because there's so many things that we do in our daily lives that we don't even realize are things that really aren't important and could be causing us like stress, and we not realize it. So take some time, go through the things that you do on a daily or weekly or monthly basis, and see what is the most important. What is the stuff that you have to give like your all your attention, or all of that stuff, and what are some things that you could get rid of at this moment, things that aren't important at the time that you could live without. Go through, find those things, the things that are the most important you need to keep, and obviously the things that aren't important you need to set to the side or put on hold until you finish the things that are most important to you, be it that school, working towards a promotion, something in that nature. So reevaluate what you have going on in your life and see what you can get rid of to help you along in the long run. The next thing that I have for you is to put your problems into a perspective, which is another way of reevaluating. Even if they're small, even if they're smaller problems, or specifically if they're bigger problems, if you take the time to sit down and think through, what is the problem, the solution that you come up with, A, may not take as long of a time as you thought it would have taken to come up with a solution. B, it might be a solution that just went completely over your head because you didn't take time to sit and think about what the solution, any solution at all. You never took time to sit down and look at the problem overall and see the different ways that you could fix the problem. Excuse me. So sit down, take your problems, start with the bigger ones, obviously, and look over it, reflect, look at the things that could be contributing to the problem, and get rid of those, and then sit there and think about a solution to your problem, because the solution could be sitting right in front of you and you just don't even realize it. Why? Because you hadn't taken the time to reflect and think about the problem. So sit down and put your problems into perspective and figure out how you can solve them. The third thing that you could do is to take a break from your distractions, be it friends, drama, anything in your life that is distracting you from your goal at the moment. Take a break from them. Leave. Go on vacation. Shut yourself up in the house and don't talk to anybody, besides parents or family, or if they're a distraction, don't talk to them either. Just saying, I mean, get away from the distractions in your life. That includes social media, because social media is such a big distraction in the world right now, that you really need to try to avoid it, even if it is for a day. Take a break from social media and, get some work done, take a self-care day, go on vacation, do something with that, at least one day with no social media, because social media is a hot mess right now. Everybody needs a break from it. The fourth thing that I have for you all is to focus on what needs to be done. Like I said, This goes back to the first point from this episode. Reevaluate. Focus on those things that you pulled after you reevaluated your life. Those things that you pulled that were important, focus on them. Break them down in like to little to-do list and focus on something, on a task that you can do to get started. If that's say you're working on a degree, take it down a little bit further, you're in a class and you've got a big project coming up. Start doing something towards that project. If it's not but a little bit of research, getting your thesis together, something. Focus on the big important things in your life right at the moment, so you don't focus on like the small things, which you shouldn't be doing if you've reevaluated your life and you put your problems into perspective. So if you do that, I'm telling you guys, these lists are not foolproof, but these lists are something that you might want to consider taking apart. And I don't put these lists together and fill them up with things that I don't think work. These lists are things that I've either done or am starting and I'm liking. So I highly suggest you guys take advantage of these things. And the last thing that I have for you all in today's episode is to be your own best friend and do what's best for you. Once again, this goes back to one of the ways I had in part 1 of this episode. If that means cutting off people, cut them off and let them go. If that means separating yourself from, family, friends, separate yourself for a while or forever. Everybody's different. If that means, moving, if you can afford to do it at the time, move. You can't let yourself get sucked in a cycle and be stuck there for the rest of your life, because you have to live for you. You are your number one priority. You are living for you, and if you have kids, you're living for you and your kids, and stuff like, follow that chain. Excuse me. But you have to do what's best for you. If it is not, what's the word? If it's not giving you anything, if it's not getting you a degree, if it's not getting you that promotion, if it's not getting you that dream job, your dream house, let it go, because it's holding you back. Okay? We're talking about people, if they're not motivating you, if they're not supporting you, if they're talking bad about you, bringing you down every time you bring around good news, you need to let that person go. If it's family, they gotta understand that you're living for you, and if it's an older family member, then they've already lived their life. They're sitting back, either in retirement or about to go in retirement or in the prime of their life. They've already lived their life. You've got to live yours to what's best for you. Don't let anybody bring you down about decisions that you've made, or that you're gonna make, or anything like that. Be your own best friend and do what's best for you. But that's all that I have for this episode today. Like I said, I do have a new blog. All that information will be in the description. Follow me on Instagram. I do still have a Patreon link. The link is now on the blog in the top right corner of the homepage, so you can click on that and it goes directly to my page. You guys can donate monthly or one time. You don't have to continuously donate. You can donate one time if you want. But that's all for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you all next week. Bye! Thanks for listening this week. If you have any questions, want to share a story, or be featured in our Q&As, send them to me at selfcarebgirl@gmail.com or submit them on my blog at selfcareblackgirls.com. While you're over there, subscribe and join so you never miss anything. Subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes to help spread the word. You can also donate one time or monthly by clicking on the Patreon link on my blog. There are rewards. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to stay beautiful.